Hello everyone, I am Dheeraj Naidu Amdala. I am associated with Department of Electrical Engineering, Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. Today the title of my talk is Spatially Correlated Hardware Impaired Massive MIMO Full Duplex Relaying with MIMO Users. Cooperative relaying has recently gained significant attention because of its advantages like increased coverage area and increased capacity. In half-duplex two-way relaying, the relay and users cannot simultaneously transmit on the same time and frequency resource. For example, to exchange data between two users, the relay first acquires the data from the users in the MAC phase, and then the relay processes it and broadcasts it back to the users. So the relay will require two time slots to exchange the 2 units of information between two users. The question is, can we reduce this number of time slots and increase the amount of information exchange? The answer for this is yes, and the solution, one way to do this is to make the users and relay full duplex. This led to the development of full duplex two-way relaying, wherein the relay and the user nodes simultaneously transmit and receive on same time frequency resource, thereby reducing the number of time slots required to 1. However, full duplex two-way relaying experiences an additional interference termed as self-loop interference, which is the interference created by the strong transmit signal of each full duplex node at its receive side. To mitigate this self-loop interference, existing works have proposed several active and passive suppression techniques using which the level of loop interference can be reduced closer to noise floor. Massive MIMO is another keystone technology which is widely investigated in the recent times. In a massive MIMO system, the base station is deployed with large number of antennas, using which the base station can spatially multiplex several tens of users and therefore offers high spectral efficiency. Also, due to the presence of massive antenna arrays, the channels from the base station to the users become nearly orthogonal, and therefore simpler beamforming techniques are sufficient enough to provide high spectral efficiency. Due to these benefits, the existing researchers have investigated the feasibility of deploying massive MIMO at the full duplex relays. A vast majority of existing works on massive MIMO relaying have assumed that the channels from the users to the relay are spatially uncorrelated and that relay is having ideal transceiver hardware. These assumptions are not entirely practical, as practical massive MIMO relays, due to highly packed and as large number of antennas are closely packed in a limited space, experience spatially correlated channels. Also, to reduce the development cost, the massive MIMO relays are equipped with low cost, low quality hardware which are prone to transceiver hardware impairments. I will now explain the origin of transceiver hardware impairments. In a massive MIMO relay, each antenna at the relay is connected to one dedicated RF chain. As the number of antennas increases, the number of hardware components increases, and therefore the deployment of massive MIMO becomes costlier and the power consumption also increases. To reduce the effects of power consumption and to have lower deployment costs, massive MIMO relays are designed to have low quality hardware which are prone to different types of hardware impairments. To compensate for this, several compensation algorithms have been derived in the existing literature, but however these compensation algorithms cannot remove the hardware impairments completely, and residual transceiver hardware impairments still remains. The focus of the current work is to understand the effect of spatial correlation and hardware impairments for a two-way full duplex massive MIMO relaying with MIMO users. For this, we will be deriving closed form SE lower bound expression that is valid for finite number of user and relay antennas, and using this lower bound expression, we then compute asymptotic SE results for different power and hardware scaling profiles. The system model of full duplex two-way massive MIMO relaying consists of a massive MIMO relay and two user groups S1 and S2, each consisting of k users. The groups S1 and S2 are geographically separated and there are no direct links between them. Each user of group S1 tries to communicate with user of group S2 and vice versa. The massive MIMO relay consists of n transmit and n receive antennas, whereas each MIMO user consists of m number of antennas to transmit and m to receive. The relay is equipped with low quality hardware, whereas each user is consisting of ideal hardware. The ideal hardware user is valid as the number of antennas at the user are very less when compared to the massive. Due to the full duplex operation, all the users on the relay simultaneously transmit and receive, thereby causing different kinds of interferences. The first one is the relay self-loop interference. This is denoted by the brown dotted lines at the relay. This occurs due to the fact that due to the full duplex operation, the signal that is being received at the relay is interfered by its own transmit signal. The second one is the inter-user interference. This is denoted by colored, curved as well as straight dotted lines. This occurs because in each group, one particular, suppose user U1 experiences interference from the signals that are transmitted by the other users present in the same group, that is U3 till U2k minus 1, as well as the signal that is being transmitted by the same user U1. Both these interferences put together, it is termed as inter-user interference. The third one is the inter-pair interference. This is denoted by the solid thick lines that are emerging from the relay. This occurs because as multiple user pairs are trying to exchange information via relay, the users in suppose user pair 1 will experience interference from the users from the data of the users corresponding to the remaining user pairs. Before explaining the signals that are being transmitted and received by the relay and the users, I will first explain the channel model. The channel from user UK to relay is denoted by GK, and the channel from relay to user UK is denoted by HK transpose. The self-loop interference is denoted by omega R, and the inter-user interference channels are denoted by omega Ki, where K and I belongs to same set like S1 or set S2. Due to insufficient antenna spacing and lack of rich scattering environment, these channels are spatially correlated, and we emulate these spatially correlated channels using Kronecker model. For example, the channel GK can be modeled using Kronecker model as RK per half GK bar into TUK per half. The RK per half and TUK per half are the spatial correlation matrices that emulate the spatial correlation that is being created at the relay side and the user side respectively. GK bar is the uncorrelated channel whose entries are IID Gaussian with complex normal 0, beta GK. These correlation matrices have Toeplitz structure and are assumed to be positive, semi-definite and deterministic. These assumptions are very well considered in the existing massive MIMO relaying literature. I will now explain the transmission protocol of full duplex two-way relaying with the following math. Recall that at the time instant n, user UK transmits a signal square root of pk by m into xk to the relay, and simultaneously the relay will broadcast a signal xr to all the users. Due to the presence of non-ideal transmit hardware, the transmit signal of the relay is distorted, and the distorted signal is denoted by xr tilde. Here we note that eta t is the distortion noise that is being added at the relay transmit side, and it is distributed as follows. Here kappa t square is the error vector magnitude corresponding to relay transmit hardware. So as the relay and the users transmit their signals, the signals received at the relay and the user respectively are given as follows, where yr of n is the relay received signal, yk is the user received signal. We note that the signal that is being received at the relay gets distorted due to the presence of receive hardware impairments, and these hardware impairments are modeled by this distortion noise eta r. ZR and ZK are the AWGN noise. Similar to the transmit distortion noise, the receive distortion noise has the following distribution, where kappa r square is the error vector magnitude corresponding to relay receive hardware. Due to the amplify and forward relaying protocol, the relay transmit signal is generated as follows, where the signal we note that the signal that is being received by the relay in the previous time instant is getting amplified and pre-coded, and it is being broadcasted by the relay to all the users. Here alpha is the amplification factor that ensures that the transmit power of the relay is less than PR, and F is the precoder matrix which is designed according to maximal ratio combining and maximal ratio transmission principles. By iteratively substituting YR of n-1 into XR before suppressing loop interference, the relay transmit signal XR tilde depends on the signal that is being transmitted by the relay and the users in the previous time instance, that is n-1, n-2 and n till the first time instant. So by to eliminate this suppression technique, loop interference, we employ some LI suppression techniques, and the residual loop interference that is present can be treated as worst case Gaussian noise. Therefore, the loop interference that is present in the system, that is omega r into xr tilde, is suppressed, and the residual loop interference is given as omega hat xr tilde. By using the relay transmit signal xr, we now give the signal that is being modify the signal that is being received at the user UK is yk is equal to this expression, where we note that the self interference term is nothing but the signal that is being amplified by the relay and that is being broadcasted to the same user. As the user knows that signal that is being transmitted by it in the previous time instant, it can cancel it with the help of the channel coefficients, that is HK transpose FGK, that are being sent by the relay to the user, and therefore the signal that is being received, the final signal that is being received at the UK is given as yk, and this follows. Using this expression, we will be now deriving the achievable spectral efficiency expression. Note that the sum spectral efficiency of the system is given as follows, where Vk and lambda k are the covariance matrices corresponding to the desired signal part, and the lambda k is the covariance matrix corresponding to interference plus noise. We note that the expectation here is over the all the random channel relations and the noise and everything. So as we note that this expression is quite difficult to analyze because it is difficult for us to calculate these ensemble averages. We therefore resort to a well-known hardening bound technique, using which we derive a closed form lower bound on the ergodic SE expression. The hardening bound based closed form SE expression is given as follows, where we note that this Vk, now Vk is nothing but the signal that is being received over the hardened channel instead of the actual channel, and the remaining part lambda k bar inverse is nothing but the interference plus noise. We now calculate these expectations, simplify each of these complex expectations to obtain the closed form SE expression as follows. Here these matrices ck0, cky1, cky2, 3 and so on, all these matrices are functions of correlation matrices, large scale fading matrix coefficients, and this expression is valid over very large coherence intervals. We now calculate the asymptotic power and hardware scaling laws using the proposed spectral efficiency expression. This study helps us to understand the effect of spatial correlation and hardware impairments as number of antennas tends to infinity. For this study, we fix all the user powers to be EU by n power a, relay power to be ER by n power b, where EU and ER are positive constants. The transmit and receive hardware scale power impairments are scaled as kappa naught square into n power z. By choosing different values of a, b and z, we can calculate the closed asymptotic spectral efficiency expressions as n tends to infinity. For the power scale, we now give it for power scaling a comma p equal to 1 and hardware scaling of z in between 0 to 1. The sum spectral efficiency approaches an upper limit which is given as follows. From this upper limit, we note that the spectral efficiency is the spectral efficiency expression is free of this correlation, relay transmit and receive correlation, as well as the relay transmit and receive hardware impairments, and spectral efficiency only is impacted by the user spatial correlation, that is RUK TUK dash matrices. This helps us to, from this we claim that the effect of hardware impairments and spatial correlation vanishes asymptotically as n tends to infinity. We also note that as the effect of hardware impairments is not present, so the hardware impairments can be scaled as kappa naught square into n power z without significant degradation in the spectral efficiency. Further note that as the number of antennas tends to infinity, the inter-user interference, inter-pair interference and the relay self-loop interference, all these interferences vanishes, and the spectral efficiency is only limited by the noise that is being added at the user as well as relay side. We now numerically validate the closed form SE expression that we have derived earlier. For this study, we considered full duplex two-way massive MIMO with n equal to 256 antennas, that is serving 20 users. Each user is having 3 antennas. We first plot spectral efficiency versus the relay transmit power for different values of hardware impairments. We note that for irrespective of the hardware impairments values, the lower bound expression that we have derived closely follows the ergodic SE expression, thereby validating its accuracy. Further, we also try to compare the lower bound with one of the previous work which has derived closed form SE expression by considering ideal hardware. In that case also, we see that it exactly matches with the lower bound that is being proposed in 13. This validates the closed form expression that we have derived. With this, I would like to end my presentation here, and I would like to thank the workshop co-chairs for providing me this opportunity to present at ICC 2020.